Hi art students, I'm Mrs. Deviney. Welcome to Studio 2. We're going to demonstrate today how to draw an object using the elements of art and principles of design. So get your pencils and papers ready and let's get started. I'm going to get started demonstrating how I would draw a simple object like this seashell using one of the elements of art. Okay, now at this point, what you need to do is take your drawing that you have, your two drawings that you have, and at this point, I would like you to take a picture of it. This is the first photo. I would like you to submit two photos of your work. The first one as a work in progress, and that you would just name this your last name, Deviney Studio 2, and you can say 1 next to it. And then this would be documentation of of your first part of the studio. Now, this is the fun part. You want to look at your drawing and you want to say to yourself, okay, what element do I want to use in the first one? Now, what are you thinking? Let's review those again. Line, shape, color, value, texture, space, and form. So we could take the one that I drew, and this one really lends itself to line. That's the most obvious one, and we could really do a lot of fun things with that as well. We could, or perhaps you want to do color, or right away, I would say it's line and shape. So many times when you're drawing an object, there's more than one element of art that's really apparent. But what I want you to do is concentrate on one. So as an artist, what do you want to pick as your element? So I think I'm going to go for line. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just use a marker and go ahead and add line to it. And I'm going to take my first drawing and I'm just going to outline it. And say I'm concentrating on line. Now obviously if you wanted to, you could add color to this right away, doing line and color. I think I'm going to try a little bit of a different marker here. Mine's a little bit darker. There we go. First one I think I was using was a little dried out. And there you have it. Now, it's not 100% finished. What I need you to do next is, in your first drawing, I want you to label, this is a really important part, label the element that you use. So here I would like you to say element, and then I used line. So there you have the element of line in the seashell, the element line. The second drawing of my seashell, I'm going to concentrate on the principles of design. Hopefully you remember what those are. The principles of design are balance, contrast, emphasis, proportion, movement, pattern, variety, and unity. So take a good look at the object that you're drawing and think about how are you going to arrange this object using the principles of design. Now when I look at my scallop shell, I immediately think of pattern because there's a lot of great lines, and so this is where you can have a lot of fun adding color to your object and also incorporating a pattern. This is where you can also go a little bit crazy with your colors and add colors in that really aren't in your original object. Use what we call the artistic license and go ahead and add different colors if you like. You're the artist and it's your creative process. And if you feel that you want to add some different colors like purples or reds or something like that that really aren't in the object that you're looking at, go ahead. Have fun with it. When you're doing patterns, it's all about repeating things. In this case, I'm repeating colors. Go ahead and add a little bit darker shade in here. The outline for the lines. Now when you feel your drawing is finished, you want to take your second drawing and think to yourself, what principle of design did I use? So you would put the word principle down at the bottom of your paper, and in this case I use the principle of pattern, so I would write that down. Now you might look at this drawing and think, I also use the element color. If you want to do it, if you really feel that you know what element you used in the second drawing, by all means you can go ahead and put color on the top of this as your element, but you are not required to do that. So the last and most important thing to do is to sign your artwork. Okay, I wrote the name Davini over here and date it. Always be proud of the work that you've done. And then you need to take a picture. In this case, this is the second time you're taking a picture. Remember the first time you did it of just the drawings before you added your element and principle. So you take a photo of your finished artwork, and then you need to save it to your folder as your last name, Studio 2, and your section number, please, and put it in the Studio 2 Dropbox. And most important, I want you to have a lot of fun doing it. And I also wanted to show you some other examples of things that some students have done. Here is an example of my finished seashells. And you can see the element I used, line, and then the principle that I used is pattern. I really want you to have a good time and fun trying to do this. Here you see some examples by other students using a simply drawn apple, using the element of value and shape. Over here we have two color apples and oranges using the element of color and the principle of contrast. On this particular drawing, we have cool looking bananas using the element of pattern, and also a variety of fruit down at the bottom using that principle design variety. Remember the most important thing, have fun doing this project, and your teachers and I can't wait to see your drawings based on the elements of art and the principles of design.